a Week 13 clash between the Denver Broncos and Kansas City. It started out now with Denver with the ball into Kansas City territory. 1st and 10. And we will do a little more sharing of the screen here in just a second. Looks like a nice gain on that 1st down, and looks like the team from Denver's in business on this first drive. We're also going to let people know we're streaming. That here. And I'll mention as long as I can go anyway, because I might get called away. So indeed, Denver's on the march here. First drive, we believe at least. We can double check that in a second. 2nd and 10 now after a 1st down incompletion and what looks like was a looking pass. 2nd and 10 facing a 4-2-5 from KCA. Again, a looking pass against the 4 there. Gets the 4, and the 4 makes the play. Possible penalty. Offside against Kansas City. Saves Denver from what would have been a 3rd and 10. Instead, they're looking at a 2nd and 5. Denver prefers short passing, 2nd and 5, 6th in the league there. But, this close to the goal line would not really count on the tendencies here. Blitzing is KC in this 4-2-5. And it is a run. It is guessed correctly. Nobody's behind, however. The tackle, Bobby Massey makes a big tackle, though. 8 yards. 1st and goal from the 5. So the correct run call by KC does not pay off there as it goes to defensive card and it gets a nice reading. 1st and goal from the 5. Too tight. So far this year, this Denver team loves passing here. They're going off tackle. They go against the grain, and Casey is there with the run call, but a penalty drives them back. 1st and goal from the 10. Coming into the game, Denver 4th in the league, short passing on 1st and less than 10. 32nd in running. Nobody ran less. You saw a 1st down run there, breaking tendency. Gordon in the backfield. Three wide. Here's an off tackle to Gordon. Just gets him for a yard. Now it takes away the flat pass. 2nd and goal from the 9. Things looking pretty decent right now for KC. It's exactly what you want there is a 1-yard gain. The ideal reading other than a huge loss. Now blocking back versus a 3-3-5 blitz. Short pass. Noah Fant. Double teaming Patrick. It's complete for 10. Possible penalty. None there. Touchdown, Denver. So Denver. McManus on for the extra point. Goes just 54 yards on 12 plays. So we don't know. The drive began on the Denver 16. So he must have had some penalties there. I guess the penalty yards bridge that gap, perhaps. In the event, KC down 7-0 here at home. Shows up in a pro set. With Williams and Burton. Denver goes to the 3-3-5. which they are prone to do. Flat pass, Darrell Williams. Get 6 yards. No chance of fumble, despite the receiver card. Did not go there. Second down now, 4 yards to go. Too tight now out of the pro set. And they're blitzing 3-3-5 from Denver. Line buck, Darrell Williams, looking for 4 yards. He's going to get 4. First down, KC up to the 35-yard line. Denver does not mind calling run. 12th in the league, calling run 26% of the time overall. Off tackle, Edwards-Helaire. It's guessed correctly, and guessed incorrectly, and he gets 16 yards. Edwards-Helaire into Denver territory at the 49. Edwards-Helaire is a nice card. He can do real damage. All 3 zones. Just take a look at his carries this year. He's not afraid to go in or out, and the card suggests that, meaning inside or outside. So now Kansas City trying to answer the Denver opening march with a march of their own. It's an end run. Edwards-Helaire guessed wrong again, and this time it's 13 yards again. So 2 10-plus yards in a row in terms of runs for Edwards-Helaire. Makes it 1st and 10 up at the Denver 36-yard line. Get the pass rush matchup. Oh, just missed it. It's so far today up. Flat pass Kelsey getting a guessed run call and gets 13 yards with 1 man in zone. Coming into the contest, Kansas City had been called run less than any other team in the league. %8 of the time they faced their opponent's guessed run coming in. Induces a run call on the first drive, and it pays off. 1st and 10 now from the 23-yard line. Line buck, Darrell Williams, guessed wrong. Nobody home. Darrell Williams comes up with, is it 10 or is it 20? He gets 20 yards, and Shelby Harris is out for the rest of the game as well. So 1st and goal from the 3. Denver offense, new look, doing well. Take a look at the impact of Harris on Denver. He's their starting right end. He brings some pass rush. And now downgraded to a 0 from a 4 out there, I believe. Mahomes from the 3 is going to get the touchdown from Trey Smith. Trey Smith is upgraded, gets the 6 white die, and KC answers firmly. Bucker on for the extra point. He's not automatic, but close to it, and he missed it. So the not close to it shows up on the 11. Denver holds on to a lead, 7-6. And we'll start out from the 16, no penalty. On the second drive of the game. So let's take a look at the USFFL standings. Out in the AFC West, Denver at 5-6, Kansas City at 4-7, both looking up at Vegas at 6-5, and the Chargers at 8-3. You could say, both these teams, and they got Thornhill out for 2 games. He does not bring much to the KC defense. Well, I guess he does. He does because he sort of plays safety in that 4-2-5 look, and he brings at least a run rating to the party when Tim moves his safety up into either the line buck or look in pass zone to provide some run contain on 3rd down. So he has a role. I really misspoke there. I mean, there's definitely a role. And that'll take him out for a couple games as the incompletion on 1st down to Noah Fant. The next 2 games for KC are Las Vegas and the Chargers. So two important games coming up where Thornhill will be gone. Yeah, he's a 4-4 free safety, so that definitely does matter. Not an 0-4, but 4-4. Sticks in the 4-2-5 without Thornhill now on this too tight set. Off tackle Gordon. Guessed wrong. Nobody home. Gets his short gain. 12 yards, first down into KC territory. These guys are going up and down the field so far. This Denver team is tough to play when they're not injured. I mean, when they're fully able, they're difficult. And here you got Shelby Harris out, Baron Browning. He doesn't bring much. He believes in inside linebacker, 0-4. And then Judy is sort of the third wide receiver. So, bigger name than probably has an impact. The key is that Bridgewater's there and the halfbacks are healthy and the line is intact. That makes this Denver team very difficult to defend. They have lots of run-pass options. Not much in the big play category with the receivers, but otherwise, plenty of big plays for the halfbacks. Look and pass. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Noticing that 4-2-5, Denver's been waiting out, trying to find, catch KC going zero man look in. KC is not obliged so far. The Denver offense, not known for throwing flats and look-ins on first down. We've been doing it a couple times so far today. Now it's 2nd and 10. Does like to run here, and there's Javonte Williams. Is there a penalty? A 15-yard gain. There is not. So Javonte Williams down to the KC 27 on that 2nd and 10. This is the first meeting between these squads. They'll meet again the last week of the season. Off tackle, Williams. Nobody there, nobody behind. Gets 7, no boxes to be found on that card. So just 7 yards, 2nd and 3. As Denver enters the red zone. Moving the ball, what we've seen so far with ease. Both teams have, really. We haven't even seen many third downs, honestly. I'm curious. How many of those have we seen? None. None. And we have 2 touchdowns on the board on long drives. Blocking back. Formation. Flat pass. Nobody's home. Javonte Williams, he's double teamed, however. And the short gain is going to get 15. So it goes to guess right with nobody there. And that's going to take him down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal from the 5. Broncos in business again. 32nd and running inside the 10. They ran inside the 10 the first time, breaking that tendency. Will they do it again here? On first down, I should say. 32nd. 4-2-5 for KC. Short pass. Sutton. He's doubled up. He gets it anyway. Touchdown. Good call by the D. Right on top of it. But the play is not made as it went to the defensive card. And the extra point is good. Makes it 14-6. KC's got to do it again. He did it last time. Came back just fine. After a Denver touchdown drive. But now, let's see where this kickoff goes to. Denver, notoriously bad coverage unit. Let's hope we don't have a outage here. Oh, and he kicks it, but does not end up on the 7 of 53 or the 8 of 50, and there's also a touchdown there. on the historically bad Denver return card. I faced Denver last week and got a touchback every time. Team gets the opportunity this time, but it's not taken advantage of. Now, looks like one of them, not sure who, I guess that's Dave, might have to get pulled away. Which would put us on a bit of a delay. On first down, looking for Tyreek Hill, falls incomplete. Guessed right, 2nd and 10. Tell KC was sort of hoping to get a run call there to start off. Denver didn't bite. Sticks too tight. Haven't seen any through wide from KC yet today. Short pass Hill. There's your run call. And it's picked off. 4 men in zone. Brings the man up. It made the difference. It made the difference there because he gets it. It would not have been 2 through 4 if it was not 4 men. The return goes 12 yards. So a nice call by the D to bring a man up. And that results in an INT. Even guessed wrong. And Denver starts out with a pretty short field here from the KC 34. First down and 10. There's that short pass. Tim Patrick loves to throw short on first. Gets it for 10 yards to the 24. Denver number 1 in the league on short passing on 1st and 10. Not that KC calls run that often. 19th in the league in calling run at 21%, but got caught there. Goes to Teddy's card. Gets those first 10 yards. Now 1st and 10 again from the 24. 4-2-5 nickel. Long pass. Sutton. Nobody back there. Incomplete. Bridgewater's card would have been receiver card for Sutton. It went to the defensive card. 2nd and 10. Three wide. Loves to run in this spot. Let's see if it holds up here. It does not. It's going to be Sutton again, the receiver again, and this time incomplete. Sutton not a bad receiver at all. Doesn't quite have the might of maybe a Tyreek Hill, but could not pull it in there. And now the 3rd and 10. First 3rd down situation for the Broncos. In the shotgun formation, Noah Fant, incomplete. So, 4th and 10, and we have an injury to Calvin Anderson. And he's going to be out a while, a long while. 4 weeks, a month. The kick is good. Let's take a look at the injury here. Backup tackle Calvin Anderson, who was in the game to pass block because he's a 4, and Bobby Massey is a 3. So Dave sticks him in there on passing downs, presumably to bring in the pass block. Bobby Massey's a 5 run block. You don't necessarily need those on 3rd and long that often. So, all right, we're considering a break here with the score 17-6. Dave presses forward with the touchback. And okay, here we go. We will be breaking. So, probably not going to bring Tim on for an interview now, just a little too early in the game. Even halftime's better. So, we will go to break here, and we will see you back when it starts. If you're watching this broadcast now, just look for these scrolls to stop. And when you see the that's where the game will pick back up. So back to that. Okay, we're back sooner than we thought, which is good news. So we will share the screen here and be back up and running. Okay. 1st and 10 for KC. Limbo. Williams, guess right, 1 yard. I have no linebackers there. This is a pretty even ball game, card-wise. Don't like to think of Denver as the AFC West contender. We don't generally, for whatever reason, they just haven't performed that well the last few years. We put them in the also ran category, but this is not a poorly constructed team from a strat perspective. There's a draw on 2nd and 9. And it's a short game for 16. But the defense is not as strong as it used to be in the last couple of years, where it was basically a running and defense sort of team. It's a little bit more balanced all the way around now, including the quarterback, Bridgewater. When he's in the game, I think he just missed one game from overuse so far. It doesn't look like he's a threat for overuse for the rest of the year. When he's in there, tough team to stop because Gordon and Williams are very good. Gordon's fumble is elevated, but it's not atrocious. Williams is min. The receivers are There's a flat pass. Hardman, nobody's there. Got some blitzing going on. Complete anyway, 6 yards. Makes it 2nd and 4. But it's a tough out for Chiefs team, Raiders team, and the Chargers team. Faced the Broncos last week, the Chargers, and Chargers did prevail, but it was a knock-down, drag-out sort of fight to the end. Expect this to be the same. Denver is up now sort of 1 break to nothing in terms of getting the interception. Of course, we have to give Dave credit for putting 4 men in zone that made the difference on the INT. But nonetheless, it's still, I guess you could call it a break. So KC's got to get that back. If they can get 1 back, then I think this is going to be a pretty interesting contest here. Linebucker Everett Solaire, man in zone, guessed wrong. There's a holding call against KC after a 5-yard gain, so Denver will accept it and make it 2nd and 14 on KC's own 38-yard line. Concerted effort here for the Chiefs to get the ground game moving. We've seen it. It's been working well. Mahomes, uncharacteristically in real life, but characteristically for strat, this year anyway, has thrown an INT. 9 yards for Williams, guessed wrong on his 12. You'd like more out of your 12, but you'll take it, 3rd and 5. The Chiefs, 31st in the league in INTs thrown, meaning they have the most, 2nd most in the league, if not tied for the most. 31 might actually be 32, tied for last, not sure. But nonetheless, not where you want to be. And Mahomes already has 1 today. Now from the 47, let's see what KC comes up with here. Yeah, they continue to run it. Here's McKinnon. McKinnon is going to get 9 yards thanks to the block of Bell, who comes in due to the formation, and it's 1st down, beautifully executed by the Chiefs into Denver territory up to the 44. So ran the end run left, and he's working on that on Bradley Chubb. He's got a 0-0 out to the right, where containment would be off entirely in a 3rd and 5 situation. Well, not entirely, but reduced more. 1st and 10. Short pass, Kelsey. Guess right, 4 men in zone again. Incomplete. An illegal contact will keep the chains moving. They reposition themselves to the 39-yard line of Denver. 12 minutes left, 1st half. 17-6, Denver leads. Pro set. With Burton in the backfield. A blitzing 3-4 from Denver. Denver likes to play 3-3-5 a lot, but you're seeing this running bring the team up. And there's a guessed wrong call for Pringle, and he gets 12 up to the 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Too tight with Bell. Short pass Hill. It's guessed wrong. 4 men in zone. It stays on Mahomes' card, and it's 14 yards to the 13-yard line. Kansas City came into the game with a passing attack that was guessed right 95% of the time. Worst in the league. Been getting and earning run calls today, and you see the difference. Got to cash in here, though. Still down 11 points at this stage. Pro set versus a blitzing 3-4. McKinnon brings 5 pass block to the party. Off tackle, McKinnon, nobody's home. Guessed wrong. He's limited with his low usage. Not this way, though. He's going to get the yards if there's not a flag. There is a flag. And that would have may have gone. I didn't see the formation if he would have had boxes activated or not, but it would have been to the 1 yard line or a touchdown. Instead, it's 1st and 15 from the 18. End run Gore. Man is there, it appears. Short gain Gore. Another possible penalty. Yes, it's a Denver offside, so they will decline it. And that will make it 2nd and 5, I think. I missed, no, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Finding that short gain on Gore's card. So 2nd and 2 from the 5. Lots of options here for KC. Full house backfield. Paid off last drive on the 6 white die. Linebuck Mahomes needs 2 for the first down. Gets 1. 3rd and 1 now from the 4. Stays in full house. It's Edwards-Helaire and Williams. Blitzing 3-4. King, Edwards-Helaire, King Mahomes going to Edwards-Helaire. Kenny Young on the 4 white die makes the play. He's a 4, and that makes it 4th and 1. Oh, right man at the right place at the right time. KC stays on the field here on this 4th and 1. Linebuck Edwards-Helaire guessed wrong. Gonna get 5 yards, but there's an offside call. Again on KC. Gonna force the field goal. What would have been a touchdown. The kick is good, but now Denver's offside. So that's going to create another 4th and 1. So we'll likely see KC accept it and go for it. We've had 4 penalties on this series of downs, 2 on each team. Denver's been keyed incorrectly on both occasions. Short pass, Pringle, guessed wrong. 3-man in zone, it's complete, touchdown. If he would have brought the 4th man up, it would have been incomplete or kept him back. Instead, touchdown KC. So short pass, men in zone decisions have been important so far. Bucker hits it this time, 17-13. Sorry, I had to cut away for a second. And we had a kickoff that is returned just 14 yards again. So Denver starts, once again, their 16-yard line. Leading 17-13, 9 minutes left in the half. Off tackle, Gordon gets 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Kansas City will get the ball to start the second half. Gordon guessed wrong, gets the short gain. And it's 12 yards. 1st and 10 out to the 35, Denver. It's not been really stopped in any meaningful way. Other than following the INT. KC was able to hold him 3 points in that case. 3 and out. Looking pass. Guessed wrong. Going to get 10. Possible penalty. Not there. So 10 yards forward for the Broncos, up to the 45 on the march. Too tight set. Saubert in. He's just been targeted twice all year. So not much of a passing threat. Looking past the fence. It's open, and he's going to get 9 yards, guessed wrong on his card, despite the pass call. 2nd and 1. KC can't seem to dial into the Denver play calling. Neither team can, really. 2nd and short. Denver 6th in the league in short passes on 2nd and short. 24th in running, and they run. Off tackle Gordon. He's going to get 7. Up to the KC 39. Really like how both teams have been. Denver a little less, but KC certainly a lot of bucking their tendencies. Into field goal range. A very strong range of Brandon McManus. KC is going to get the ball back here with plenty of time no matter what. Off tackle, guessed right. Gets the short gain. Guessed right for 14. Oof. Nice call by the D. But Melvin Gordon's strong card prevails. And Denver up to the 25. Denver has struggled in the red zone all year. 28th in the league. Done fine so far today. Not quite in the red zone yet. As far as defense goes, KC's 20th. Flat pass. Nobody home. And it's going to be 9 yards unless the penalty holds it up. And it does. Denver holds. Big holding penalty makes it 1st and 20 instead of a 2nd and 1. 5:06 now. Left in the half. First and very long here. Gordon in the backfield. Flat pass Gordon. Like the flat pass in this spot. And loses 3 yards. Nice play by the Denver D. 2nd in the league in flat passing on 2nd and very long is Denver. You saw it show up there. But the KC defense holds strong. McManus can cook all the way out to the 44-yard line. So even at the 38, not even in risk of a variable. He's 2 through 6, 11, 12. So right at the 50% mark. Short pass fan. It's guessed wrong. 4-man in zone. It's incomplete. Honey Badger makes the play. Tyrann Matthew comes up with a big stop. 3rd and extremely long. .326. Denver not top 10 or bottom 10 in any category here in terms of passing or tendencies. Look-in pass. Against a 0, he's going to get 17 of it back. So working against that 0 on the 5 white die makes it a much more reasonable field goal here. 2 through 10. Barring variable risk. It's no good. The 12 comes up, and KC gets its break that it needed to sort of counteract that INT. Of course, they're starting out their own 28, whereas Denver got it in deep into KC territory. But KC happy to take it. Plenty of time to work with, all of its timeouts. Stays too tight. Looking past Kelsey. It's guessed wrong. He gets 10 yards. Clock ticks down to 2:42. This Denver D generally does not double team. 26 in the league in double teams called. When they do call them, they're pretty successful at them. 5th in the league in success rate. Long pass Hardman. There's nobody back there. He's up against a 4. It's incomplete on Mahomes' card. Would have been the interception split on Denver's card. 2nd and 10. Edwards-Helaire checks in the blocking back formation with Burton. Blitzing 3-3-5. Burton with good pass blocking. Off tackle draw. Boxes are activated, but just 2 yards. Makes it 3rd and 8. Disappointing outcome there. Now Mahomes is going to have to pull something off here to try to get the double dip activated. Because remember, KC gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter. If you don't get it here, you do have that threat of McManus. All you need to do is reach the 44-yard line if Denver does get the ball back. So goes with too tight here. And Williams is your back against the blitz. Williams brings a 4-pass block. Short pass. Williams. Complete for 11. Mahomes comes through. Keeps it moving for KC. Big play there. Huge play. Clutch throw on 3rd down. Guest right facing a pass rush. Not a very big pass rush, but a pass rush. Stays too tight in the shotgun with Williams. Line buck draw. The nose tackle cannot make the play. 2nd and 5. Down to 1:30. KC calls a timeout there. Too tight. Off tackle, Edwards-Helaire. Looks like there's a linebacker in zone. Gets 5 yards, and that's the 1st down. Another timeout decision here for KC. Goes with the hurry up, or so it seems. Bucker good out through the 39, where he's 2 through 7-12. It's not the same range as McManus, but very effective once he reaches his limits. And run, Edwards-Helaire looking for one of those big gainers. Gets it, 15 yards, and there's an offside against Denver. That'll be declined. So up to the 24-yard line, KC might be taking the lead here into the locker room. 24 yards out with 2 timeouts. Time really not a factor. Well, a minor one. If you throw look in and you get 2 yards, I mean, that time actually is an issue. You can't get out of bounds on the short gain. But KC very much in control here of time management. 1 minute left. Flat pass. Gore. Incomplete. Take that. 2nd and 10. Showing too tight again with Williams. Short pass to Kelsey. Foreman in zone. Not much in the blitz. We'll be looking for a dump off. That's what he's going to get. Incomplete again on the 10 from the Mahomes card. Makes it 3rd and 10 from this range. Bucker is 2 through 9. And he kicks up to 2 through 10 at the 22. Formation decisions here on this 3rd and 10. KC likes to go deep inside the 25, between the 20 and 25, but might not see it here. It's this blitzing 3-2-6. Let's see. Short pass, Darrell Williams. Some blitzers coming. Incomplete, almost intercepted. So Mahomes avoids disaster, and Bucker will come on for the kick. Where he is 2 through 9. And it is up, and it is good. 17-16, the difference in the game is a missed extra point by Bucker. Denver will have a few plays to try to get to the 44. Does not get helped again by his kickoff team. He puts him at the 20 and takes a tick off the clock. So that may convince Denver to just take it easy here. In the full house indicates that's the case. Up against 3-3-5. Throwing in the flats. 2 men there due to the full house. Risky maneuver. Nothing KC can do here. Because on a 4th down, it'd be 1 second, and Denver could just take a knee. But they'll force the snap. Always a chance of a fumble on a kneel down, if that's what Denver elects to do. They go out of the full house, though. So Javonte Williams come in. He doesn't have the big gain that Gordon does. He has some gains, but not as big. It's 7 yards there. And we'll see if this takes us down. No. So 4th down with 1 second left. You can kneel it and end it, or you can go for a Hail Mary. From this range, 74 yards out. Gordon goes 70 as his long. Javonte goes 49. And you see Javonte in the game at halfback. Off tackle, Williams. Just gets a yard. And that'll take us to halftime. 17-16, Denver leads. Take a look at the stats. Very interested in the KC play selection. Run versus pass. 14 passes. 16 runs. And let's see where this kick goes to. The Denver kickoff. The unit is on. Do they get the touchback? They don't, but it just goes for 23. Oh, misses the 50 by 1 on the 9 roll. So two chances I would have liked to have last week. Didn't get any against Denver, but can't hit the big roll. So Kansas City, chance to take the lead here, starting the second half. With the ball, down a point, short pass, guessed wrong to Robinson. 4 men in zone. Mahomes scrambles for 5 yards, 2nd and 5. blocking back with Edwards-Helaire versus a blitzing 3-4. KC at home. Sniper scope matters more when you're at home. Short pass Hill. It's guessed right. 4-man end zone. Not much of a pass rush coming. And he gets flushed. And loses 3. So Mahomes is -3 on 5. Comes up to hurt KC there. Now faces a 3rd and long. On 3rd and 6 to 10. KC 3rd in the league in the number of short passes thrown. 14th deep. 29th in small ball. And breaking tendencies all day today, especially this KC offense, sort of a new look. Goes looking, breaks a tendency, needs 8, doesn't get it. 4th down, 3 and out. Impressive stop for Denver to start the second half. Punt goes 52 yards. There's a possible penalty. It's going to push KC back after a nice net of 52. Short pass on 6 would have been incomplete on Denver's short pass card if he had gone short. And here's Spencer now from the 35 instead. And Spencer gets 6. Ooh. Close to that fumble. But now Denver starts out in pretty good field position here, out their own 41-yard line after the shorter kick and after a 6-yard return. And 5 yards taken away from the KC offense because of the penalty as well. So costly penalty on 4th down. Denver starts out too tight with Williams in the backfield. These are two teams that generally have their opponents punt a lot more than they do. Short pass, Patrick. That's going to be a loss of 1 on the dump off. 2nd and 11. Bridgewater not really the strong long passer. I don't see many long passes from this squad. Not afraid to attempt them though. 16th in the league in long pass attempts, right in the middle of the pack. 2nd and 11. Short pass, Sutton. 3-man end zone. Gets 12 on Sutton's card. Possible penalty is a personal foul late head against KC. So Denver's going to get 27 yards out of the whole thing. And nicely into KC territory at the 33. Are these teams playing for their playoff lives? Well, not yet. Not quite there. Because the AFC is not chock full of sort of winning teams. Looking past, Williams gets 6. But it's important. Obviously, division game, conference game. Second and 4. It would climb KC out of the AFC West basement, sort of, think anyway, begin their ascent into playoff positioning if they can pull off the win here. Off tackle, Williams gets wrong. Nobody behind in the looking pass zone gets penalized with offsetting penalties after the 7-yard gain. So we'll do it again, 2nd and 4. Off tackle, Williams again. This time just gets 1 on Williams' card. Disappointing result for Denver there. One of 2 opportunities there for that low result on Williams' card. He finds it, brings up 3rd and short. Denver, 4th in league rushing here, 31st in flat passing. If they break that tendency, they do not. Off tackle, Williams guessed right. The tackle cannot make the play, but there's an offside whistle against Denver, nullifies the first down, makes it 3rd and 8. Tough to get 8 yards if you're going to run it. Denver likes running in these spots, but doesn't seem too fruitful here if you're running a line buck to get 8 yards. You got the short gain on 7 for KC's D. No linebackers if he runs the draw. Does he run the draw? Or does he not? He does not. It's Hinton. Short pass. 4-man in zone. Defender X. He can't make that play. 15. Big yards. Big conversion for Denver. Had to do it a couple times, but they got it done on both occasions. Once where the penalty brought it back, and then in a tougher spot, Bridgewater finds Hinton. 1st and 10 from the KC 16. Back into the red zone. Talked about their woes here before. Looking past, gets 7. Inside the 10-yard line. 2nd and 3 from the 9. This Denver offense, 28th in league in red zone efficiency, 24th in touchdowns, 4th in field goals. KC, I mentioned before, 20th in defense, giving up a lot of TDs, 27th in league in TDs against. Also 23rd in opportunities, red zone opportunities for their offensive opponent. Off tackle Williams guessed wrong. A man is there, though. That's not enough to stop Williams from getting to the line to gain. So we have 1st and goal from the 6. I think both players keenly aware of Denver's liking to pass in this situation. So I think you're really going to, the 50-50 ball here, pass or run. What's he going to do? Facing a 4-2-5 blitz, it is that pass. Sticks with this tendency, is incomplete. Sutton cannot bring it in. Nice job by the D. Would have been incomplete either way. 2nd and goal now from 6. Sticking with Williams in the backfield. Short pass Patrick. Incomplete again. Same reading. Hits that snake eyes twice in a row, and Bridgewater cannot complete it. 3rd and goal from the 6. Huge play here. The blitzing 4-2-5. Not going to the shotgun, notably. Keeping options open. Williams really does not run around the end very often. At all. He's 4th in league in the number of off tackles run, however. Not the entirety of the set. And there's one of those off tackles. Guessed wrong. He gets 7 yards, and that's going to be enough. Touchdown, Denver. McManus, try to make it 8 points. I believe he is got a miss. He does, but he hits it. And that makes it 24-16, 8:24. Plenty of time left, 3rd quarter. A lot of game left here in this 1-score game. And we have a squib. And that's going to put it up at the 37. Denver not taking the chance this time of another return. Felt he sort of tiptoe through the minefield on a couple occasions, not getting his touchbacks. A 10 would not have been a touchback. A 9, however, would have been just fine if he would have kicked away. Did not hit that 7-8-12. So 1st and 10 from the 37. Heimbach, Williams, nobody's behind. Just gets a yard. Disappointing result, 2nd and 9. Williams in the backfield, blitzing 3-4. Short pass, Pringle, 3-man in zone, looking for that sniper. Gets it, 54 yards. Noticeably, the free safety did not come up the blitz. The X came up anyway. It wouldn't have mattered. But that did leave, calling blitz did leave the sniper open, and there it is for 54 on the long game home chart. Much different result than the away, which is like 32 on 8. And it's first and goal for KC from the 8, trying to tie it up. End run. It's guessed correctly. McKinnon wants the defensive card, doesn't get it, but gets the no gain, avoids the -7, avoids the -6. He'll take it. Second and goal. KC came into the game just 19th in running on first and less than 10. Saw a run there. Blitzing 3-3-5. Hardman, not double teamed. Defender can't make the play. Touchdown. He's up against a 4. And it's a 24-22 game. 6:18 left third quarter. KC strikes fast. Here comes the KC offense trying to tie it up. The formation is 3 wide. Looking for 2 yards. It's always intriguing to see a 3 wide in this situation. Short pass. It's guessed wrong. A 2-point conversion is good. And we are tied at 24. Not touchdown, but 2-point conversion. We are tied at 24. And we got a brand new ball game. Denver from the 25, an improvement versus what we've seen from the field position so far. Dreadful return so far by Denver's kickoff unit. Happy to take that touchback. Too tight. Let's see if the KC defense can start to dial in on these Denver play calls. Opening up in that 4-2-5 nickel. Flat pass. One man there guessed right. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Too tight. Second week in a row, Fantas faced a 6. He faced Derwin James last week against the Chargers. And James got injured late in the third quarter, which opened things up for Fant a bit. But Patrick's up against that 4. And both outside linebackers have coverage responsibilities here, both 4s as well. Here's an off-tackle, Williams. Guessed wrong. Once again, we have a defensive tackle who cannot make the play. It doesn't matter, though, as KC lined up off sides. So that moves Denver up 5 yards, 2nd and 5. See a lot more flat passing out of this Denver attack than we typically see, even though Bridgewater is a good card. Doesn't throw it that often. 24th in the league. Here's an off tackle. And this time, Chris Jones makes a stop, 3rd and 5. It's basically what KC has been facing all year. Nobody has faced more small ball than this KC defense. Number 1 in the league, 79% of the time. The offense runs or flat passes against this KC defense. 32nd in short passes faced. That's what Denver likes to do. Off tackle Williams guessed wrong. He's going to get 15, but there's a hold against Denver. Wow. Denver cannot get out of the starting gates here. Bad time for the offense to break down like this. 3rd and 15. Take that first down off the board, and it's 3rd and very long. That one I'm sure frustrated Dave. Went to Casey's penalty card. And they get the big fat hold. 3rd and 15. No shotgun here for Bridgewater. It's a dime. I dare you to run, says KC. No strong tendencies here for Denver on this 3rd and very long. Goes short pass, looking for that 7 and a 5. He's going to get a flush from the pocket. And incomplete. It's one of those things that I just don't get. You saw the plus 15 show up there. Well, I mean, you dump off. If you don't get a completion, then it goes to dump. But it looked like he got a completion. Nonetheless, it went to the dump off, and Denver has to punt it away. Here's Hardman looking for that 6. Gets it, 28 yards. And Denver gives up the big return, puts KC in business at the plus side from the 37, 1st and 10, 4:30 left in this 3rd quarter. Lots of time left. This clock just does not seem to tick very quickly here in this 3rd quarter. Pro set. Last week, Denver saw the game sort of slip away from them around this point versus LA. Can they hold on here? Kelsey gets 13 on the flat pass. Denver faces a lot of flat passes on D because of those zero linebackers. 5th in the league in flat passes against. It's worth noting that they're 2nd in the league for men in zone on flat passes, averaging 1.04 over 1 man in zone per flat pass attempt. So they tend to guard it, but how well can you guard it when there's all zeros back there? Flat pass, guess wrong. DeMarcus Robinson, 1 man is there, incomplete. Robinson just an E. Usually don't see Coach Irvin throw to his low yak guys in the flats. Yeah, Robinson has not seen many flat passes this year. 113th in the league in flat passes thrown. To him, 2nd and 10. Draw, guessed right, snuffed out. So the key shows up. Nice call by the Denver D. Makes it 3rd and 11. Thanks to the Hardman punt return, KC finds themselves firmly in field goal range. On this 3rd and 11. Gotten 1 first down on this drive. The flat pass out to Kelsey. Can Mahomes convert here? He gets yards on his short pass card. It's a short pass. He's not double teamed as Robinson. Mahomes drops back. And with no pass rush, gonna dump it. Needs 11. Gets 4. Just missing Kelsey's 13. Makes it 4th and 7 from the 21. 2 through 10 is Butker. 2 through 9 if he gets pushed back. No good at the 11. Both kickers have missed a 2 through 10. That's an equivalent of a turnover. And we stay tied at 24. 2:24 left in this 3rd quarter. Denver dodges a bullet. Big time. With Casey starting out inside the 40. Cannot get points on the board. Short pass, guess wrong. The classic Denver first down, converted for 13 yards. The Denver Broncos lead the league in first down conversions. Meaning, can you get a first down on first down? They're number 1. You saw that there. Short pass. Gordon. Incomplete. On this first down, possible penalty is a hold against Denver. And that's going to make it first in a while. Pushes them back to their own 31. If there's any spot they like to flat pass, this is it. Flat pass to Fant. Gets 10. Doesn't fumble on the 1. Boy, this team does not like to give up the ball. That's for sure. And Fant does a great job of holding on there. Nobody has fumbled less than the Denver Broncos. Lead the league in fumbles. Third in the league in fumbles lost. Right up at the top. Just 3 fumbles lost. First down running, Gordon gets 7. So now you face a 3rd and 3. Climbing out from that 1st and 20. Facing the 4-2-5, he's got to attempt the flat pass. But this team that likes to run and throw short in this situation. And there's that short pass to Sutton. And it's incomplete. 4 men in zone. That makes the difference. And it's 4th and 3. Denver's got to make a decision. Would have been 14 if the man was up. He's got to have to punt. Doesn't want to face bad field position again. Got through that once already. Coffin corner or regular here. It's regular. It's going to be to the 4. So KC will let it bounce to avoid that super low roll. And it goes 11 yards. Touchback. KC from the 20. 18 seconds left in this long third quarter. With the score tied at 24. Pro set. Flat pass Kelsey. Nobody home, guessed right. Sorry, man is there, a 0. Guessed right, 4 yards, no penalty. Ends the third quarter, tied at 24, 2nd and 6 for KC. Short pass Kelsey. 3 men in zone. Incomplete. Mahomes' card makes it 3rd and 6. Flat pass, Williams on this 3rd and 6 against the 0, guessed right. Does he find that 7? He gets a yak reading for 5 yards. 4th and 1. KC will be punting here. As I feel the Christmas present just came in from UPS. Go look here. I hope it's what I think it is. It is. Oh, this is cool. There's the punt from Townsend. Goes 60 yards. And just a 2-yard return. Denver's going to start at the 13-yard line. So we'll see the Christmas present here for my son is a Nico Heischer jersey. The Devils. Nice. For my 7-year-old boy. He will love that. Flat pass, Williams. Incomplete. Second and 10. Well, that came just in time. 3 wide on this second and 10. Off tackle, Williams. Guessed wrong. Looking for one of his short gains. Finds it for 15. Likes to run on second and 10 and likes Williams on that off tackle we talked about. He's 4th in the league in off tackle attempts. Gordon not far behind, 12th in the league in off tackle attempts. They're not really end runners. Williams a few more than Gordon. And on this off tackle guessed right, Williams toughs it out for 4 yards. Second and 6. So good call by the D. But Williams overcomes. Makes it second and manageable here for this Denver offense. So anytime they like to go small ball, it's in this range, and they stay small. Off tackle Williams. Guessed wrong. Gets his short gain again for 16 more. Out to the 48-yard line. Javonte Williams now to 11 carries. Plenty in tank. Goes 3 wide on this first down. KC goes 3-3-5. Long pass Sutton. Nobody's back there. Defender X. He'll make that play. Fenton's a 5 against the 4. Second and 10. Scary long pass 0 men card for KC. Would have been incomplete to Patrick as well, who's guarded by the 4. And now the second and 10. He goes pass, short pass, 3 men in zone. 11 yards, Bridgewater on that 7. The capable card of Teddy Bridgewater comes through, and it's first and 10 at 41. 11:24 left fourth quarter. KC trying to keep Denver off the scoreboard here. Climb back into a tie here. KC has not led today. One opportunity to do so, and Bucker missed a 2-10 field goal attempt. Blocking back formation on this first and 10. Off tackle, guess wrong. Williams gets just 3. KC comfortable with that. Second and 7. I guess wrong reading anyway. Stays with Williams in the blocking back. Look in pass. Guessed wrong. The receiver gets 6 yards, going to make it a 3rd and 1. At the 32-yard line, and we see the same formation. Blocking back here. 3rd and 1 for Denver. Big short passer in this spot. Does he stay that way or crosses up? 3rd in the league in short passing here. 20th in running. 24th in flat passing. Where does he go? Look in pass. Guessed wrong. Tim Patrick is possible penalty. Does not show up. 9 yards, first down. That 4-2-5 has been driving a lot of look in passes by this Denver offense. And pays off there. Now with 9:36 left from the 23. Gordon checks in the backfield. Too tight. Looking pass. Fan. Nobody's home. So another looking, and this time gets 13 because he's guessed wrong. Nobody in zone. So up to the 10, gets sort of an idealized spot to start his first and goal. If the flat pass is available. Too tight versus a 4-2-5 blitzing against Gordon. Gordon brings some pass block. 3. Here's our play call. Look in pass again. Against a 4. Going to get 5 yards on first down. Second and goal from the 5. Stays with Gordon. Gordon's fumble we mentioned earlier is elevated, but it's not bad. A blitzing 3-3-5 now. From this 4-3 base defense KC. Short pass, Patrick. 4-man in zone. It's complete. Bridgewater on his 7. 2 big completions there for Bridgewater on his short pass guest right 7. This one for a touchdown to Tim Patrick. And it's 30-24 Denver. McManus on for the all-important extra point. The kick is up, and it is. We've seen a lot of missed kicks today. Good on 9. Seen a missed extra point. We've seen 2 2-10s missed. But McManus makes a big one there. 8:06 left, fourth quarter. Whole playbook will be open to this KC offense. 9 yards deep, Pringle. What will he do? There's an X. So you can make this decision here not to run it out to avoid the penalty if he so desires and decides not to. So there's no illegal block penalty right there. And that's, I've mentioned this before, sort of one of the flaws in the game that you can see that and help drive your decision. Still, in most cases, you're just not going to take it out. You're going to say -9. That's 1 strike against you. The X, 2 strikes against you. But against Denver, you do give it a second thought, knowing you got a 50-yarder hanging out there, and you got the touchdown hanging out there in 12, in case he decides to sit tight. Short pass, Hill. Guessed right. Not much pass rush. 11-yard run. Possible penalties waived off. 1st and 10 up to the 36. Good start to the drive for KC. Halfway through fourth quarter. Up to their own 36-yard line. Too tight. Not blitzing now in the 3-4 after getting burned on the sniper scope earlier. Flat pass guessed wrong. 2 men are there, though. It's almost intercepted. Oh, my. 2nd and 10. You see that second-ranked men in zone for Denver's looking and flat passes show up there almost in a major way. Formation being noodled on by Coach Irvin here. Let me tell this fellow, he's not noodling on anything. It's a lockup. So we'll be right back. Please stand by as we get the game number. Okay, we are coming back here. Paul, if you can hear me, I see you're there. Welcome, Jess. Paul, your device isn't connected. Always you can connect on your phone. I find that you can connect in cleanly every time. So we got a game number here. And we'll get it up. Okay. Okay, we should be good. All right. See you later, Jess. Jess has to head out, and we have Casey with 7:12 left, 2nd and 10, down 7. I think we're all set up here properly. Everything looks right. And here we go. Too tight. For the Chiefs facing a blitzing 3-4. Let's see if he brings them this time. Terrell Williams can block. He's a 4. Off tackle Williams. Men are behind in a man in zone. Guess strong though. Williams finds the dreaded 5. 3rd and 10. 6:36 left. We'll worry about the 4th down if we get there. It would be an interesting spot. I'd expect some small ball here out of Mahomes to set up possible conversion on the flat pass against these zeros, or yardage to make a 4th down more attractive. I wonder if Dave's thinking the same thing, and therefore go short or long if you're Mahomes. The chess game of strat. Here's the play call. It is a short pass. It's a double-teamed Kelsey, and it's incomplete. Nice call by Dave. Wow. Prevents the 1st down throw. Right call at the right time. Here comes Tommy Townsend. 48 yards. Back to the 16 is Spencer. And Spencer. Can he hold on to the ball? It's the first question. He cannot. It's recovered by the offense, though. It's fumbled, but Denver covers up. A team that does not give up the ball easily holds on tight. Oh, my. 1st and 10 from the 15 with a 7-point lead. 6 minutes left. Gordon is your back. Probably a couple series away from using the timeouts if you're KC. Just got to bear down and guess right every time if you can. Easier said than done. Here comes our play call. We hope. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, it might be locked up again. We'll step onto slack here. Yep. 10 is locked up. All right, we'll step aside for another technical break. I'll grab a water. Grab what you would like to grab. And we will return. Okay, we're coming back up here. 18524 is our game number, so I'll get that going. And we'll start off with Denver's 1st and 10. We have the blocking back and a non-blitzing nickel dialed in. Hopefully they keep that the same. We do. This is a short pass to Patrick. Guessed correctly. He's flushed. Going to get 7. And what would have been the INT split, it was a 5% chance of a sack, and 18 came up. So makes it 2nd and 3. Bridgewater very efficient today. 27 to 42, 3 scores. On this 2nd and short. Looking pass. Guessed wrong. 13 yards, 1st down. So, not at all a death blow. KC gets another shot here, 1st and 10. 4:48 now left, 4th quarter. Too tight versus the nickel. Looking pass, guessed wrong. One man is there, going to get 9 yards on Bridgewater's card on 1st down. So big chunks here on 1st down for Denver starting out. They approach midfield. 4:12 now left on the clock. Too tight. Linebacker, Bridgewater looking for that 1st down, not going to get it. On the 9 roll, guessed right. Big 3rd and 1 here with 3:36 left. Blocking back formation, Williams now checks in. Sticking with the 4-2-5. Looking pass. It's 2 men in zone. It's complete. It goes to the card of Bridgewater and gets 10 yards. Big conversion. 1st and 10, Denver up to the KC 46. Too tight into KC territory here. 3 minutes left. Can KC get the ball back? Flat pass is guessed wrong for 6 yards. Noah Fant makes the catch. 2nd and 4. And, if you got to use those timeouts for sure, if you could hold them to maybe a yard or so on 1st down, but the 6-yard chunk does not make a timeout appetizing, and we're down to 2:24. Into long field goal range now. Numbers 2 through 6, 11, 12. Off tackle, Williams is guessed right, but it goes to the defensive card, and a 1st down is achieved. 1st and 10 to the KC 35. Probably let it go to the warning here, and then start the timeout brigade. Williams has min fumbles. Indeed, we're down to 2-minute warning now, so this is pretty close to a must-stop set of downs. unless a first down is achieved on first down. Blocking back formation with the higher fumble Gordon in. It's an off tackle to Gordon with his elevated fumble. Short gain for 14. With the X, it still holds up. You see the 16.9 fumble for Gordon. It's 6 for Williams. So 10 more chances out of 1,000. And that should do it. Yeah, that should do it. It's down to like a second, 8 seconds if you kneel here. I think it's right around this mark. Off tackle Williams. And he loses the yard. Second timeout. Registered for the Chiefs. So this should do it. Take a look at the box score here. The decisive throw is to Tim Patrick with 8:06 left. But I think really the key play is, of course, that, but also the 3rd down and 10 for KC coming back after this drive, the scoring drive, where Kelsey was double teamed on a short pass. Would have been complete if he was not doubled. And that turned the ball back over to Denver's, but in what you see now. So KC, because they can't run the 4th down. That's right. There'll be some time. About 40 seconds left. Assuming a field goal attempt by Denver, and they got knocked back into a different zone here to the 24-yard line. But that doesn't make a difference for McManus. He's still 2 through 10 here. 2-yard pickup. He brackets them up to the next zone, but again, doesn't make a difference. 2 through 10 all the way. Clock ticks down to 52. McManus is on. 2 through 10. We've seen a couple misses today. What happens? Here's the decisive kick. It is good. And that will all but do it for Denver. Winning in KC. Score currently 34-24. You'll see a return here from Pringle. Looking for that 12. Can he get the 12? He cannot. Gets the 3 for 32 yards. Now KC's just got to get in the buck range real fast. And kick it and onside it is the recipe. There's not many plays left to really go for a touchdown unless it happens on the long gain that gets you into field goal range. Long pass Pringle. He's not double teamed. Looking for that 5 on Mahomes' card. He gets the interception. Simmons makes the pick. He will likely not return it. He doesn't, and that'll do it. And Teddy Bridgewater will take a knee. And what does this do in the AFC standings? Well, that drops KC to 4-8. Tough spot to be. Denver, however, elevates to 6-6, which is a big deal. They'll be in the middle of the playoff race. We'll step aside for just a minute. Stand by, everybody. I guess you can just see me for a moment here. I'm going to pull up the great playoff brackets that Tim had done for us here. Here they are. So here we are over here. Okay. So with the win, get this off the screen. Denver at 6-6 meets the record of the Titans to make a charge for the final wild card. Great job by this Denver team. Dave doing a great job getting them into this position. Chiefs now fall off to 4-8 after the Ravens win today. That is not helpful. I'm not sure what the Jags have done this week, but a very, very big win for the Broncos' playoff chances. Looks like Tim is going to be joining. Denver earned the victory, 471 yards. Really could not be stopped on these long drives that they had, especially in the first half. Stopped really only after the interception of Mahomes, where Denver was forced to kick the field goal. 46 attempts for Bridgewater. It's a balanced attack for KC. Did a nice job moving the ball, running, getting nice averages out of the backs. Mahomes ends up with 2 interceptions on the day. Welcome, Big Chief.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Okay. So, your thoughts, please.
It's a good game and a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in that game. Lost, obviously, and man, that's 8 losses, so 5 in a row, and 8 losses total. So, I mean, 9-8 is your best case scenario. So I'm likely out of it and absolutely coming to terms with that. But as you know, because you and I've kind of talked about this privately, I felt so good about that game. I've been workshopping some stuff, trying to get my game flow back, and so I feel really good about it. The result notwithstanding, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And to talk about the game itself,
Yeah.
what do you think was the? What do you think of
Well,
the?
obviously, the early interception to Holmes was early interception by Mahomes is, it's pretty standard for me lately. That's just that's been happening to me all year. And in this case, it was another moment, and it's not the first time this has happened, where it happened at a moment where I felt like I had, just kind of perfectly set everything up. I've been mixing the ball around very well to, a good
Mhm.
plethora of receivers, mixing formations, doing a lot of things, and but I hadn't really. I think I'd thrown it to Tyreek once, and then I hit him on consecutive short passes, and the second one was into a safety blitz again, and I got him to call run, and so I had him pass wrong with Tyreek. Against a safety blitz, it's like, who are we kidding? I mean, that's exactly what you live for if you're running out there with the cheetah and Mahomes, and that's where I got that for the only turnover of the game. So if you're going to ask me, hey, where do you think that game was lost? I mean, obviously, if you're there's a million things more, but if you're going to try to find one moment, I mean, one turnover is big in a game lost by one possession.
And that's this possession right here. And of course, we give credit to Dave because
Oh
he
yeah,
put 4 men in the zone, and the interception was 2 through 4, and the 4 came up.
yeah,
So if he didn't get that fourth man in zone, guessed wrong or not, he wouldn't have ended up with that pick. And of course, if your defense showed up at any point, it was right there after that interception where you held them to a field goal. The
yeah.
the rest the rest of the game, look at these drives.
Oh, he's killing me.
The story, and I faced it last week too. Denver's not easy to defend against.
No,
I
no, not
mean,
at all.
Bridgewater, and honestly, the Kansas City defense is better than the Chargers defense. However, in this particular matchup, with with the Chargers not having to worry about the long pass so much, you have to worry about it with the Chiefs defense. So you're not able to bring guys up to the short pass zone as much to help. You're not as sort of
do
motivated
you
to blitz
mean
as much to stop
do
the
you
short
mean
passing.
Casey not willing to pull the safety out of the deep zone? You mean?
You moved him around and you almost got
Because
burned once because you
I
looked like
moved him
yeah,
around in this game
but it's a
probably. I probably moved him out of that zone maybe even 5 times more than normal. I might only
usual.
do it once a game or twice at most, and I probably did it I probably did it 10 times, 15 times in this game. I was all over the place with that safety.
Well, that's how you
And
get
by
to
the
do
way,
it.
the rationale behind that is exactly what you were saying. That Teddy Bridgewater is dynamite in these flats. He's moving the ball. I'm not stopping this offense. I felt like I needed to deliberately bait him to go long and roll my dice there rather than just have him shred me at 1,000. I needed to start drawing some variance in his calls to, get me back into a defensive posture where I can start trying to outguess or find some ways to, find cracks. But like you said, it's a tough offense, and you're right. Give David credit because he did a real good job on both sides of the ball in a number of ways that I noticed throughout the game.
And if you were to isolate me, as far as your interception goes, it felt like you got it back when he missed his 2 through 10 field goal, and that evened it out. Of
Yeah,
course, you got the ball on the negative side of the field where he took it over on the positive side. But you went down and you tied it up, and by the end of the half, and it seemed like all things were even. But then Bucker comes back and misses his 2 through 10 after missing an extra point earlier.
yeah.
Misses his 2 through 10 where you had a chance to take the lead there,
Oh yeah. I was just going to
and
go by three.
that
Yeah.
yep, that was obviously a huge miss 2 through 10. You don't
He
expect
also
that.
missed. He also missed the opening extra point of the game.
Yep, yep.
And
And then
those points matter as far as the development of everything that happened. You know what I mean? It's just those are big.
we
Two
have to
kicks
give
from
credit.
Butker like that. My
Yeah,
gosh, good
yeah. I
gracious.
mean, these two great kickers, and we had a missed extra point and two 2 through 10 misses, one from each kicker. And then after he scored this touchdown here, with 8 minutes left, you took over and had it 3rd and 10 from maybe the 36 or 38 yard line of your own, 3rd and 10. And we were wondering, okay, well, sort of flat pass is your default move here because you might get the 10 against, you might get the conversion against those zeros. Um, but if not, you set yourself up hopefully for a decent fourth down. But he didn't guard against the flat pass. He guarded against Kelsey, and he guarded
Yeah,
against deeper passes, and he nailed it. So you
yeah,
double team Kelsey short pass 3rd and 10, and had to give the ball back up, and that's when he gave the ball back up. He went right down the field again for this
yeah.
field goal.
That was an excellent call on his part because it's not like I've been leaning too heavily on Kelsey. Uh, Even in those kind of clutch moments, and he also only. It's not like he peppered, three, two, three, four double teams and happened to grab him. No, that was the only guy he double teamed, so he nailed it. It was a great call on his part. That's what you prefer to do is risk little to get your double team right, and he got it in the clutch moment there for sure.
He's been doing it all year, and more
Yeah,
credit to Dave. He's the 26th in
he has
total double teams called. Only 26th in league. Doesn't double team much, but when he does, he is fifth in effectiveness at
Oh, that's
12%.
great. That's just what you want. By the way, first of all, thank you for pulling that out. I love hearing nuggets like that. And you're absolutely right. That to me, that points to intelligent, targeted, uh, you know, value assessed uh, choices on when he's going to do it, and he's obviously making those calls very well. And he did so in this game. And to your point, uh, when I highlight the play that I felt like cost me the game, you're right. That was a place where he did what he's been doing well all year. So kudos to him for sure.
And that puts the Broncos at 6-6, right into the
Yeah,
mix. Right into
yeah,
the mix.
yeah.
Right.
That it's going to be kind of. I'm excited to see. It's too bad that I'm going to be out of it, obviously, but I'm excited to see all of these races come out this year in the playoffs. It's going to be so much fun.
Got to keep that quarterback healthy. He's up around 140 in overuse, but the thing about overuse is, always keep this in mind too. It's the further you get into the season, the less likely your guy is going to be knocked out from overuse because the impact of a high usage game is muted because now it's spread out over a larger number of games.
Makes
So
sense.
he's probably not going to lose him, despite the fact that he's sort of flirting with him, right? Flirting with that number. Probably not going to get there, even though he threw like 40 sometimes today.
Yeah.
So if he can just purely stay healthy, I think the Broncos have an excellent chance of making playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Take a look.
Absolutely.
Take a look at the Denver schedule.
Six. He's 6-6 now, right? Yeah, he's six and
Six and
six.
six.
6-6 gets him. We'll see at the end of the week, but yeah, I mean, he could be technically in a 7 seed position. at the end of this week, maybe. I'd have to look at the chart, but Broncos are right in the thick of it. And I can't remember what the Broncos' real life record was last year, but I don't think it was 500 at all. And so, kudos to Dave. He's doing a great job with this team.
Let's take a look at that scoring comparison. Finished 7-10, so
Yeah.
solid team last year.
Yeah.
Um, lost in this game to KC. Beat Detroit 38-10. That's coming up next. So two out of division games coming up. Detroit and then Cincinnati, and then winds up three straight against the division
Wow.
mates.
I will say this, that's a tough schedule down the road. Yeah, you got all three division opponents left. Those are, I think, always going to be tough, and you throw in Cincinnati as well.
Yeah, and
Super,
Detroit
Super
is
Bowl kind of
very
team.
Denverish. Really, Detroit is very Denverish. I mean, not easy to defend at all.
Yeah,
You know, um, so it's not an easy schedule, but a real shot, real shot.
yeah.
I did not feel comfortable at all in my game versus Denver last week.
Can we go
Very
back to
uncomfortable.
the? Can you pull the playoff list up
Sure.
again, if
Mhm.
you don't mind? I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
seeing that. Thank you. So yeah, Broncos jumping to 6-6. I mean, you can see that puts them, right there in that 7 seed conversation. So,
Okay.
uh, and what I love is the log jam. There's so many teams jammed in that middle zone. It's going to be fun to watch. See who can get hot. Somebody, one of these teams that's sitting down there at 5-6 right now is going to be a team that's going to win like four in a row. And it's going to be fun to see who pulls that off.
Yep. 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 All right. Any more thoughts?
No, not at all. Other than just an opportunity to tell everybody Merry Christmas. If you don't hear from me again, and just how much I appreciate the effort everybody gives in this league, both from an admin's perspective and all of our great coaches. Thank you so much.
Sure thing. Appreciate you as well, of course.
Thanks
Well,
again to you, Anthony, for covering the game.
happy to. Happy to. Thanks everybody for joining, Tim. We'll see you soon.
You betcha.
And final score here from Kansas City is Denver 34, Kansas City 24. Big win for the Broncos on the road. Congratulations to Dave. And we hope to be on another broadcast this weekend if we can fit it in. I love all these day games that are happening. Makes it kind of possible if schedules line up. So hopefully see more of those through the holiday week. So until then, thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good night.